when you're not feeling secure about that job. Let's talk about it. Roll it. Welcome back to another video where we've been exploring this whole idea about quitting and how there's a right way to do it and a hard way. And these examples we're providing are leading us through that path of figuring out how planning can make it the right way instead of the hard way. I have an email here from somebody who's struggling through this idea of the job being taken away from them. They've experienced the company going through changes, and of course the natural thing to think is, I'm gonna get fired, I'm gonna get let go, they're gonna replace me. A million thoughts can go through somebody's head when restructuring is occurring. As such, the easy thoughts are, hey, I'll stick around and they'll pay me out and then I'll get moving if I have a career. If I don't have a career and it's a regular job where, you know, you're paid hourly, well, tough luck, you're gonna have to just go find something else. You may not get a payout or not, depending if you're unionized or not, or whatever. And then of course, you know, you have the other option of quitting and going somewhere better. Fear tells us what to do. And this is critical to understand. Fear tells us what to do when we sit back and not take affirmative action. This is the moment where you look at the situation and you say to yourself, what is best for me? Because if you're not making calculated decisions in a situation like this, well, you're in trouble. You're being left to chance, to risk, to whatever is going to occur. They're making the decision for you. You're gonna be stuck there with whatever decision they made, not what decision you need to make for you. Hi Nikos, I'm worried about my job. They have told me that I might be let go due to rearranging of the company. Restructuring. This is the third time in the last 8 years. I feel this is the one though. 8 years, dude? 3 times? Man, I'm worried I won't find a job if it happens. Bet you are 8 years at one place. What would you recommend as a starting point? Okay, 8 years. 8 is a long time. And I'll tell you why it's long, especially if you've gone through 3 restructures. Well, this is the thing. You're going through this loop, and unless you're gonna get paid out and you're in a corporation that will make sure you get your package, you're stuck, and they're really just gliding you through whatever they want you to go through. They don't care about you. If they're telling you they might let you go, and yeah, you said that. Dude, it's time for you to pick up your socks and go hustle to find another job. Going back to the 3 scenarios where, yeah, you know, let's stick it to just 2. 1, you stick around and you wait to get fired, or let go rather. Or 2, you get up and you go find another job and you leave. Simply put, you look at the timeline and you say, how much time do I actually have? And you say to yourself, how much money am I gonna need? And this is where you cut your expenses right away and you say, hey, maybe they're gonna let me go in 3 months. So I got about 3 months. I'm gonna put that money in my pocket that I can save, cut all my expenses, and start looking for a job. Whether they cut you or they don't cut you in those 3 months, that's an estimation again, you now have money in your pocket, getting bigger and bigger, and you are meeting people. You're going out and meeting people. You're going out to network, you're going out to headhunters, and of course, you're going to go and apply to jobs. If you're dealing with a big package payout, a lot of my friends have gone through this and they ask me for their advice. And this is what always tends to happen. They have an opportunity, hey, I'm gonna stick around and I'm gonna get this package. And because the package is, you know, I've been there for a long time, like they've been there for like 5 years, they will get this big package based on a number of years, etc., etc. They have X amount of time to get, you know, moving on the next job. The question is, you know, how much would you make if you were brought on into a new company if you left, not when you don't have a job, but rather when you're there? You're more in demand and somebody is willing to pay more money for you then. Where if you get let go from a company that's downsizing, well, now their demand is low and you might not get as much. The question is, what is your value? What is the value people perceive you to have? You need to go figure this out. A lot of my friends didn't do this, and I've told them to go do this, and they won't. Yet a lot of my clients will go do it, and then they're like, hey, I can make this decision a lot easier. Sometimes clients will go out and do this, and they'll realize that it's better for me to stick around and get the package, and then go find a job after. Other times, their pay is so much more significant if they get the job now that they don't care about that payout. Of course, that's based on the number of years and so on and so forth. So you need to put all this into perspective and ask yourself, what is good for me? And if I don't have all the knowledge, how will I know what's best? Nobody can really tell you this unless you go work for it and you go figure it out yourself. Lastly, it's going out and figuring out what is good for you. You have time now before they let you go. So instead of fear, taking over, let us look at it from this perspective. You have opportunities to go. This is the moment where you can establish these connections to actually start looking for a job. So whether you get laid off in this timeline or you don't, you eventually find something else that you can do, and a headhunter will wait. If he knows you're in a situation, they will wait. And because they're waiting, you never know. You might end up getting laid off, or you might one day just say, I'm gonna quit, and lo and behold, the headhunter will be like, I have a job for you. In this process, what you will find is the opportunity to make or break in the direction you need to go in. Right now, staying stale, fear will just keep growing in you, and all you're gonna feel is more fear, more uncertainty. I do encourage you to cut all your costs right now. I do encourage you to not spend any money and have at least 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, so you don't have to go through more stress after. Lastly, I want to really hit this point home. We live in an age where 8 years is a long time, not because it doesn't happen a lot, but rather because there's no loyalty in the corporate and employee relationship. When a corporation needs to cut, they will cut. It does not matter if you have no kids, 5 kids, 20 kids, whatever. Exaggeration, point made. It does not matter if you're sick or healthy. It does not matter if you are financially stable or not. Nothing matters. If they need a cut, they will cut. We live in an age where loyalty does not matter. We also know that employees feel the same way more and more. We know this. And if the reward isn't there for the employee, the corporation can't retain them. And at the same time, it works the same way the other way, where if they don't have a job for you, they don't have money, or they need to cut costs, they'll let you go. So really take some time and ask yourself, where are you in all of this? Because you're either that pawn that's getting thrown around, lucky to still have a job, or you're making the decisions you need to make so you can take control of your life and start moving in the direction you've been waiting. My name is Nikos Rentas. This is MentorApproach.com. Hit that like button if you like what you see. Of course, hit the subscribe button to get your daily motivational idea to get you moving in the right direction. And of course, leave your comment below. Leave your story. What did you experience when you went through something similar? Because who knows, somebody might read your comment, might be going through something similar, and you might help change a life.